Hello, everyone. I want you to like this page and share it. I got a special guest. I'm interviewing today an author, a powerful speaker, an individual who has written a book that's just really jaw-dropping. I read it and it really moved me deeply. The title of it is called Your Life is Calling. And her name is Ene Obi. Hello, Ene. How are you?
Hello, Mr. Brown. Good afternoon, good morning to
Should I
you.
say
Hello.
Eni? Should I say Eni or Eni?
Ene. The first one's better, Les. Thank you. Thank you for asking.
Eni?
Yeah. Ene, yeah. That's the
N-A.
one. That's the one.
N-A. Okay,
Yes.
thank you so much. Her name is Ene Obi.
OB.
O-B.
Yes.
N-A-O-B. All right. Fantastic. I want to ask you, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you first before I ask her. Have you ever had the experience that there's something that's affecting you, something that influencing you from the inside, but you just can't quite put your hand on it? I went through an experience this past weekend, the happiest weekend in my life. I discovered not only my birth parents, but then had pictures of them and what they did, but a brother that I did not know. And he and I connected along with my twin brother, Wesley, and we just had an incredible chemistry coming together. But I felt that there was something out there that I was unaware of, something that was governing my behavior. And I believe that my life was calling me not to stop doing what I'm doing, continue to do what you're doing, because you're in alignment with the purpose of why you're here. We all, I believe, came to do something. And that to me is what your life is calling you is it implies. What do you say about that? And
That's absolutely right, Les. So let me just share a bit of background to why I wrote this book and why the title is so relevant. I worked in the corporate world for almost 3 decades. I had great jobs working in human resources for a lot of that time, working for some of the most recognizable global brands in the world, like literally. And in the dream of becoming a professional career woman, in that dream, I didn't realize when I had outgrown my situation and when I was living a misplaced life. And because I didn't know the talents and the gifts and the skills and the abilities that I had, I didn't know that I could be more. I thought that
Mhm.
what I had done for 3 decades almost was all I could do and all I could be. And it wasn't until I had an awakening in January of last year that I went in search of my gifts. And I realized that there's so much more to me. And that's why I wrote this book. For anybody who has yearnings and knows in their heart, maybe not in their head, but in their heart, that
Yeah.
there's more. It's saying to them, your life is calling. You need to do you and be all that you can be.
And I just was talking to a group last night about doing you, because most people are doing somebody else's fears, somebody else's suggestion, somebody else's rejection. They're just doing things that really don't resonate with them. And that's why the heart attack rate on Monday morning increases in on Monday morning. It increases between 6 o'clock and 10 o'clock. People getting ready to go to jobs that they hate. And so you're saying your life is calling you. You're saying if you're experiencing a lot of turbulence where you are, that those people are divine angels. You had an experience. I want you to share that experience. What happened for you? I love this story.
I thought you might ask me to share this story. So, as I
Hmm.
said, almost 3 decades in corporate, two of those 3 decades in human resources, great jobs, good life on paper, increasingly a frustrated life internally.
A good
Many,
life on paper, but what internally?
a frustrated life. I was frustrated internally. So my
Internally,
body, my body
yeah.
would go to work. My body would go to work, Mr. Brown, but my soul stayed at home.
Oh no, my body went to work, but my soul stayed at home. If you can identify with that, I want to see some comments from you in the comment section. My body went to work, but my soul
My
stayed.
soul stayed at home.
Wow. Mm. Put
I
yes
had
in
a
the comment section if you can identify with what Na said just now, because that's powerful. That's powerful what you just said. My body went to work, but my soul stayed at home. Mm. So tell that story though. I got to,
yes.
I got
Let
to
me
hear
come to
that
this
story.
story.
Yes. Yes, they got to hear that story. Now, if you don't tell it, I'm going to tell it, and I'm going to tell it as you. So go ahead and tell this story. Yes.
It was 29th of January 2020. It would have been my mom's birthday, and I feel that my mom orchestrated this whole thing. I was in a meeting. It was a meeting. It was an evening meeting, 5:30 p.m. It was cold. It was dark outside. I sat in the small meeting room on the 13th floor of the office building I worked in, and I was in a meeting with 6 individuals present. The meeting started okay enough, and then it was time for me to give my update. And I shared my update, and I didn't couch it in business speak. I just told the truth. I said, you know what? We have more work to be done before we can make a decision, before we can even take it up for a decision to be made. I was speaking to a senior business leader who he'd requested a change in policy for his functional area. And I
Hmm.
shared my update, as I said, and everything went quiet for a second. And I wasn't sure what was going on. It was quiet. And then the noise, he was shouting loudly. And I remember, because I was in the small room, the walls were literally bouncing with the vibration of his voice. And I heard his voice, not so much in my ears as in my head. It went straight to my head. And at one
Hmm.
point, my mouth opened, but I couldn't trust what may have come out of my mouth. But I didn't need to worry because my mouth closed again and the noise stopped. I say the noise stopped. I'm not actually sure if it stopped or if I just stopped hearing it. But at one point, everything went silent. And then I said, not today, never again. And that was the point where I got up and I went in search of Ene.
Mm.
That's the story, Les.
Wait a minute. You said it within yourself, or you said it to
No, I
him?
said it within myself. I did not say a word externally. I did not say a word. I said to myself, my mouth opened and then closed, and I said to myself, not today. Because Les, you see, that was not the first time that I had been working in human resources. We often have to deliver news that business leaders don't want to hear because they're looking for something that suits their functional area. So
Yes. Yes.
it's quite common in human resources to say, you know what, take your head out of your little world and look at the big world of this whole organization. We can't make a policy to suit just you and your area. So it wasn't the
Yeah.
first time that I had combative responses, shall I say, from business leaders. That was not the first time, but that was the last time. Because
But he did it in front of other people.
No, I mean in my career. So I mean in my
Oh, no,
career
no,
in
I'm talking about
general.
the guy when he confronted you. Did he come into your office privately or did he
It
do it
was it
before
was a
the meeting?
meeting room. We were in a meeting room. He was on the call. He was in a different country, but there were people present in the meeting. It was a global meeting. So there were
And they
people from all
heard
over
it.
the world.
They heard it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Everyone heard it.
got it.
Everyone looked at me. Everyone looked at me waiting for a response. Like, what's she going to say?
And what
Expectant.
did and what did you say?
I didn't say a word, Les.
You
I
just
said
got up?
not, and I left. I did not
All right.
say a word.
May I take a swing at this story, please?
Please do. Please do.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, there are periods in your life that it's a turning point. I had a supervisor, a manager from hell, if you please, who was very, very abusive verbally. And I gave a presentation and I just told the truth. I told it as I saw it. And he went ballistic. Now he was talking from another country and is going through a phone system and there are people in this room. And my mouth opened, but I didn't say anything. And as I listened to him, I heard a voice in my head as people were looking at me, wondering, what is she going to say? And I didn't say anything. I'm sure you've been in a position where you knew you didn't need to say anything at that point in time. And so I just sat there and then I no longer heard him. I don't know if it's because he stopped talking or I stopped listening. But I did hear a voice that said, not today. It was not external, not today. It was a voice in my head, not today. There are moments in your life, people have them all the time. In relationships, when someone has been abused and they said to themselves, this is the last time I've had it. I'm out of here. That's that kind of moment that I had. Not today. There are people who've been on jobs and they just left. So where are you going? I'm out of here. You got another job? No, but I'm going out of here because this is not me. And that was a day that I decided never again will this ever happen to me. I got up, didn't say anything to anyone. I went home, and people who were in the room, they knew it was wrong. They knew, they were witnesses. They knew it was wrong. And they asked, listen, are you going to file charges? And I said, no, give him a raise. Give him a raise because he inspired me to do something that I should have done a long time ago. Give him a raise. Boom. And my life took a whole new direction. And the reason I'm sharing this story with you, that you're more than a job. I discovered that I could do so much more, that I was really a volunteer victim. It wasn't him, it was all about me. I'm saying to you, people say that experience is the best teacher. No, experience is a substitute teacher. Wisdom is the best teacher. So let me share some wisdom with you. You don't have to be abused. Greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. You are more than a conqueror. Decide that you're going to live life on your terms. Decide that you are going to do you. And that's what I did. I decided, and I never look back. If I had the presence of mind, I'll send him thank you cards every year and say, thank you, you little punk, for allowing me to get out of my head and step into my greatness. Hmm. the little poke part. That was Tyrone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Tyrone, you didn't need to influence me. You know you're a bad influence on me sometime. All right. Yeah. Oh, that's a powerful story. I love that story.
Thank you, Les. Thank you. Mm,
We've worked together, so you know I'm a little off.
I'm off too, Les. I'm off too.
I know I love to make you laugh. I do, I do, I do. And so what are you doing now?
So in July last year, I joined your Power Voice program. In September, I got the wonderful opportunity to speak at the first Power Voice Summit. And
Hmm.
more recently, I've been working with you. And a couple of weeks ago, I released my first book authored by me called Your Life is Calling,
And who
where
wrote
I
the
share
foreword
my
for that?
story.
Who wrote
Oh,
the
it's a
foreword?
certain gentleman called Mr. Les Brown.
Hello.
Hello.
And how can they get this wonderful book?
The book is available on Amazon. It's also available on my website, which is www.ziano.co.uk. If they can't remember that, they can get it from Amazon. There you go. Wonderful. Thank you. That's my
Yeah.
website.
All right. And what has the response been? You had a book launch. What people who've read the book, what kind of feedback that you gotten about the book?
The best feedback I have gotten, Les, is from somebody who doesn't know me. I've received wonderful feedback from people who know me, but I place twice as much credibility on someone who doesn't know me, who has no reason to to scratch my back or to try to make me feel better. I read on LinkedIn a couple of days ago, somebody wrote about my book. They said, an inspirational book. I have read it. It has started to change my life already. I will be reading it again. And tears literally streamed down my face. Somebody I all the way in Jamaica. I didn't know,
Mhm.
I don't know this person. So for me, that is the biggest thank you that I can get for my book.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Because you inspired someone to answer the calling
Yes. And then them to
on
even
their
put it
life.
on LinkedIn, Les, and they don't know me. And I just
Hmm.
thought, wow. And I said, thank God, thank God, thank God.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got to do something real soon. So your life is calling, and Ene is an author, but she's a powerful speaker too. And she's got a powerful story, and her passion is teaching people how to live a life that's them, how to step outside of the opinions of others and understand and to know that what you think about yourself is more important than any of the thoughts that others would try and put on you. Thank you so much. That this book is inspired. I'm reading it for the fourth time and I enjoyed it. And I tell you, you're a powerhouse and you're a great speaker too. If you have a club, an organization, or a business, and you need a speaker that will come in and fire people up and create a sense of unity in a time when people are working from home, in his voice and strategies will give them a united front, a feeling that we are connected and we have a mission to accomplish. Go to her website and reach out to her. She's a power voice to be recognized and reckoned with and to be booked for your next event. Oh, that right. Come on, somebody. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And God is going to use you in a very special way to liberate a lot of people who are living a life that's not them.
No, thank you, Les. All the thanks go to you. Thank you for having me on the show. Thank you for your mentorship. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your coaching. Thank you for the gift of your wisdom, of your gifts, of your blessing. I thank you. Thank you, Les.
All right. To God be the glory. Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Bye for now.